Hello world, I am A.M. Leonard. I'm a newbie author of my debut novel, Dead in the Clouds, and this is my writing, art, and self-publishing journey. My background is in visual arts. I'm in a position right now where I have written a novel and I would really like to get it self-published. I'm writing literary fiction, so it's not genre fiction in the sense that it doesn't have that, almost like a formula. I'm not saying that genre is formulaic necessarily, but there are certain expectations that you have from a genre plot. It is usually plot heavy, and there is a certain kind of structure that writers in that genre follow. Literary fiction, I believe, is a little bit looser. It can be less rigid in terms of what you expect from a book that is classified in literary fiction. At the moment, I'm looking into the difference between literary fiction and contemporary fiction. I feel that my book is more contemporary fiction because in my head, literary fiction is more of a, literature type of thing, so it kind of has a lot of weight to it. And as someone who is a newbie, to be honest with you, I'm really going through a lot of self-doubt at the moment. This week, for example, I have really been looking through the to-do list as a self-publishing author, and I just feel completely petrified and overwhelmed. And I have been going back and forth as to whether I should be doing this, whether I can do this. And it's absolutely terrifying. But at the same time, I feel that this is an opportunity of a lifetime. The experience itself, the process itself. A self-publishing author is required to really be a business person. And I think it will take a lot for me to start thinking that way. But I would like to get this book out into the world primarily to share a point of view, to share a story. I'm not sure if that's, narcissistic or selfish. I'm not really sure what it is. But I think that I want to share it. That's all I really know. I love art and I love reading books and literature. And I'm always grateful to those people who haven't given up, haven't succumbed to the fear and the self-doubt. And so I feel like I really want to commit, even though I know it's, a long, scary road ahead. So today I'd like to share with you where I'm getting my information from. So most of the people I will mention, not actually all, but most of the people that are on YouTube are genre writers. And I think there's a lot less focus on authors who are self-publishing, who are also literary authors. I think there are some, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. So to start off with, the people that I follow on YouTube in terms of just having a to-do list in terms of self-publishing are Meglator at iWriterly. She's extremely, impressive in her organization. Every video that she makes is highly informative and very kind of bullet point succinctness. So they're very clear, instructive videos. Another YouTube channel that I follow is Jericho Writers. Jericho Writers are a British company. They used to be called the Writers Workshop, I believe. They really are very good at all sorts of things. I would really highly recommend that you check their website out. I'm not in any way sponsored or anything like that. But they're very informative and very good at providing resources and advice to authors. They are pretty expensive, but I believe that their services are really high quality. So, like I said, check them out. Another really, really good one with excellent resources and lots of advice. They're very, very active in terms of posting videos, etc. is the Alliance of Independent Authors. They have all sorts of things. I haven't joined anybody yet, so I'm not a member of any of these alliances and associations yet, but I do follow them on YouTube quite regularly. I would say that most of my time when I'm not writing, I'm trying to figure out what the self-publishing process is all about. So I watch a lot of YouTube videos. There are others whose video I will watch from time to time. For example, Natalia Lee. These are a resource that are really, really important in terms of practical advice as to what it is that the self-publishing journey is about, you know, the steps that you need to take to get from A to Z. Lots and lots of people sharing their honest opinion on what their experiences have been. So I'm going to be sharing my own personal experiences of, you know, things like getting your audiobook done, you know, everything from publishers to retailers to aggregators, etc. I think in the future I'm going to be taking every step of the process and looking at it a little bit more closely and sharing my experiences as I go along. Also, based on my recent research, I have actually decided to postpone releasing my book for about over a year actually. I am writing the second novel, and hopefully by then I might have even started the third one, so that I'll have at least 2 books to market. I think that makes more sense apparently economically. So we'll see how it goes, because people have very, very conflicting ideas about whether ads work or not. There are 2 videos that I would like to recommend specifically if you are in a similar phase as I am now, where you're kind of looking at, you know, your to-do list as a self-publishing author and really feeling overwhelmed. I'm going to recommend a video that really helped me to calm down. So the video is Self-Publishing Q&A featuring Jenna Moresi, Sasha Black, and Daniel Wilcox. And it's published by iWriterly on YouTube. So that's a really good one because they really go through the ins and outs of self-publishing, everything from why they self-published all the way to, you know, what their experience was. I think there's a bit actually at the end where they say that yes, it is scary, it is overwhelming, but it is doable. And I think I really, really needed to hear that. So I'm very grateful to that video. The other video that I found very interesting is talking about a self-published author who is a literary fiction writer. And she kind of discusses the literary fiction versus contemporary fiction and how she found it really, really difficult to categorize her writing. A lot of us sit down to just write a novel, and I think it kind of shapes itself, and you end up with something that you then need to categorize specifically in order to market. And I find that really, really difficult. And you know, so this is the video if you have that same problem. So this is published by The Creative Pen, pen spelled with double N. And the title of the video is Self-Publishing and Marketing Literary Fiction with Jane Davis. And Jane Davis is apparently she's an award-winning author. So I found this really interesting because, as I've said, it is about self-publishing literary fiction. So what I'd like to know really is if you guys are in a similar situation. I'd love to get in touch with other self-publishing authors or authors who are about to self-publish, who would label their writing more in terms of literary fiction and contemporary fiction. I would also like to know if you are going through this phase of doubting yourself and feeling and finding this journey that you're about to embark on of self-publishing overwhelming. I just feel like that there's so much that I'm going to have to do which is out of my comfort zone. So please share your thoughts on the subject. Let me know if you have discovered any jewels in terms of resources or helpful people who are guiding you on your self-publishing journey. I would really appreciate that. Shanti is the bird you can hear in the background. Any kind of sounds, especially talking or music always sets Shanti off. So he's my rescued dove. Long story, I may have to share it sometime. But anyway, thank you for bearing with me. So I'm rambling a little bit in this video. I hope it's been useful. I think once I kind of start going through the steps, it will probably be a little bit more informative. But for now, I just kind of wanted to share the state I'm in and what is going through my head, and just to share with you some resources that are helping me to at least map the first few steps as to what to do. So thank you so much for watching. I wish you well and see you in the next video.